So hi everyone. Today we gonna try to build a Voron 2.4. Recently get the kit. And yeah, I already started with it. So, but most of the things are not done. Yeah, just building the frame currently. I hope with the headset it's okay, and also with the microphone. So let's see how this works out. So the next step would be to do the upper part. And therefore, I need to prepare things. Unfortunately, I don't have the space here, so a little bit limited, I think, what you can see currently. But we will do our best, right? So I will prepare 4 of them first. So we will need all 4. Oops. Uh, 2 more to go. I actually a little bit underestimated how many parts the kit has, and some things where I was not properly prepared. I didn't print all the parts that I need, so there are some plastic parts that has to be printed. I knew that, but I didn't actually look into which filament has to be used for it. And in the manual they say ABS, and yeah, for ABS you need kind of an air filter, and yeah, I was not prepared for that. My current solution does not have an air filter, and also not a ventilation or something, but I'm ordered one, And yeah, we will continue on that. And I guess I will change ABS and directly use ASA. But yeah, we will see how this works out. Hi, Chandra Mauli. Today a little bit different stream. I'm trying to build a Voron 2.4. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Just started with that, so we will see how far I get today. Turning the stuff without breaking anything, hopefully. How are you? So we tighten it a little bit. So we can still move it, but it's not that loose. I think I'm not well equipped to actually construct it, but yeah. This is a Voron 2.4. It's a 3D printer, which is open source and open hardware. And yeah, I bought the kit, so I don't build it from scratch because yeah, I'm just not that experienced in building stuff. So I thought I start slowly and just buy the kit with the most things in there. And yeah, here we are. Yeah, thanks. I love the t-shirt. I hope the sound is okay. This should do it. Okay, I have nice work. Okay, I have nice work. Bye. Yeah, okay. See you. Thanks for joining. The last one. We'll see. Got a last corner. Oops. Now tighten. Let's tighten them up. And then we move on with the next step. Yeah, I hope that this will work, because this is not best surface, I guess, to have everything even. Oh, and at the top also. Isn't that good? Oh, wait, I have to look up for my cat. I guess I must. So this should do it. Let's find me a pan, something. Let me see the next steps. Dip, dip. Okay, I have to pick some other parts from the box. Some corner bracket. Ooh. Extrusion. I will tighten it later. So for all these parts, currently we use the same screws. The other one, M516, M5X16, BHCS. I saw it later that those two parts came at the bottom. So let's put them up. And what other one? We have actually two of them, right? And here again. So, Steven, hey, long time no see. Yeah, right. Welcome back. Glad you joined. It's going fine, thank you. Yeah, I'm building the Voron 2.4 3D printer. Just bought the kit and it arrived 2 days ago or something. Yeah, it is costly, I would say. But I hope just with building it, just learning more about how it works and about all the components and stuff. So it's more for learning than really for like using. If I would need that, I would just buy a assembled one. Gunfireman, yeah, thanks. This music is free actually and can be used for streaming. So next step is M5T nuts and shims. So I need first find those. So how they look like, M5T nuts. I cannot find them here, shims. And there we go. M5 variants to the guide and M3. There are two different ones. T-nut and T-slot. They're different things also. Yeah, I need to find it now in the package. And yep. And shims. So that's the package. With all the stuff in there. M3 T-nuts, we need the M5 one. This looks good. And we need the M5 shim. Actually, it's really good labeled. Easy to find. Where are the shims? Too much stuff in there. Three washers. Move some stuff out. I think these are the M5 shims. Let's see if we have different ones in the package. So yeah, there are only washers and shims. M5 shims and M3 washer. Okay, so I guess we have it now. Let me move back to the image. Okay. Put it away here. Oops. So it's away. We need 4 of those here. Now I should put them in here. Zoom in. So I guess it's like this. The next one other way around. And on the other side. So oh, and I see those are M5 10 VHS. And 4 of those. And 4 of the other ones. Need to look again. So there's other M5 X10. Yes. 4 of them. Oops. I forgot. Yes. Put them on so that I don't forget it for the next one. So you will not see it, but on the other side, I need to do the same. I will not tighten them up now, because they have to be in a specific location, so I have to measure it first. This is the next step. So we will need to zoom out a little bit. Next step is positioning. So we need to find the center line of the printer, position bed, extrusion, and show, as shown in the diagram. In the distance between the extrusion is 130 millimeter. Centered on the center line of the printer. So first we need to find the center line. Not sure if this is enough. Not quite. How long are those things here? 12, so 42. Something like that. So I'm taking a different, what's called linear in English. So never mind, I'm be right back. Called ruler, right? I think I remember it now. I didn't look it up. The 42. So it would be 21 in the middle. And on the other side, same. So now 65 millimeters in both directions, so that we have a gap of 130 millimeters. Have to unscrew. Tighten them too far to right here. Should be it, and then it should be 100. And on the same on the other side. Let's see, and this should be 900 degrees here. Doesn't look like 100 degrees. Did I messed something up here? Yep, I did. So 1 centimeter. Incorrect here. So again, now I have to move this part 1 centimeter, so it should be 6.5. Now it should be 90 degrees. Doesn't work quite well with this one here. So now moving the rest, checking the distances. And half. Half. So now that should be overall 13. Also 90 degrees. Again. No, not quite. Missed a couple of millimeters, so now it should be fine. 13. Other side. It. Tighten them up. Again. That should be fine. Okay. So the next steps. So next steps. The idlers, the linear rails, deck panel, Z2 drive, C1 drive, C0 drive, C3 drive. I guess let's first put the rails maybe. So, or one additional thing here. Checking awareness.
If you're building a 3D printer from scratch, one of the first things so again, follow the manual, and I think we are good. So we now have our frame assembled. We've assembled it to the best of our eighths, and on this side, and I think we are good. So we now have our frame assembled.
Just checking the video.
We've assembled it to the best of our abilities. We've used a flat surface. We've used a machinist square. By the way, if you don't have a machinist square in a pinch when you're squaring up your sides, when you want to make sure they're squared up when you tighten them, you can use just a spare piece of extrusion to just butt up against it. That works good in a pinch. But we built it to the best of our abilities. Are we ready to start hanging parts on it? No. There's one more thing we have to check, and to do that, you're going to need your tape measure. Now, if it is a small printer like a V0, you can get by with a ruler, but most of these larger builds here, you're probably going to use a tape measure. And we are going to measure corner to corner on every side that shares a dimension with another side, and we're going to compare. So what that means is, for this V2 here, it's a 300 by 300.
So I have to
on all four
get
sides, and I'm going to measure
something else to measure.
the bottom. And that measurement should be the same corner to corner on all equal sized sides, and that will ensure that our frame is indeed square. So we've built it to the best of our abilities, and now we're going to ensure that we built it square. So this is quite simple. Take your tape measure, and you're going to measure corner to corner. Now,
Tape measure.
if it's inside corner or outside corner, as long as your extrusions are cut squared. And when you measure it, just make sure you use.
So I have to get one. So be right back again. So now we need to check for squareness. If I did it correctly. So we need to measure from side to side. It should be the same. this one is 66 and 5. So looks good so far. Six and 5. I think we should be fine there. So squareness checked.
So for example, what I do is for the side of the tape measure that has a tab on it, I put that centered on the corner, and then on the opposite side, I measure off the top of the tape measure. As long as you use the same method for every corner, you'll have the same results. So this is an inch tape measure because I can't find my metric one. I've got 26 and an eighth, and on this side, I have 26 and an eighth. Yes, inches are weird. Give me metric. But now we know that this side is square. So now we're going to go. We're going to measure the other side.
Let me see if we need to measure the top also.
And we're going to measure the other two sides, and hopefully those will be the same. And then we're going to measure the top and the bottom, and make sure the top and the bottom are the same. Now, hopefully all your dimensions are
in the bottom.
and your frame is indeed true and square. Most good quality kits, most good quality manufacturers of extrusions, when they cut everything in batches. So your lengths should all be accurate. They're usually cut with the machine, so they should be cut square. So really, as long as you have a good base to start building your printer on, you should have a relatively square frame out of the box once you put it together. Now, if things are out, you're going to have to start tweaking things, and it depends on how much it is out. Depending on your printer and what corner itself is out, if we're talking 0.5 millimeter over a 350 millimeter size frame, that might be the best that you can get out of that. On a V2, for example, because your linear rails for your Z-axis ride on all 4 of your vertical extrusions, you're going to want to make sure that they are square. If, for example, the gap up here is more than the gap down here, as your Z-axis moves up and down, it can bind. You don't want that. Sure that they are square. If, for example, the gap up here is more than the gap down here, as your Z-axis moves up and down, it can bind. You don't want that. So you're going to want to ensure that you get it as square as possible. Now, if for whatever reason you can't get something squared up, the extrusion's too long and you have no way of making it smaller, you may have to swap some extrusions around. You might have to get out a file or some shim in a worst case scenario. But for example, on a V0 here, okay? So say for example that you can get everything squared up, but no matter what, you can't get this one corner squared up, okay? this corner right here, there's really no motion tied to it per se. So if for whatever reason you just can't get that one corner squared up, it's not that big of a deal. Now, when it comes to something like your z-axis to your gantry, you want that to be perpendicular. If your z-axis is not moving straight up and down and your gantry is not moving flat horizontally, and they're not, perfectly square to each other, when you print something, everything's going to come out like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So you want to take the time, pour coffee if you need to, and make sure your frame is square, and make sure you're starting your printer build off with a solid base. Now, this is just the outside frame of a printer on a V2.
Augment Code is the best AI coding tool for professional software engineers. They've put a lot of time and effort making a real-time.
This is pretty much the critical part of squaring up your printer. Now on other printers, like a V0 or a Trident, you're going to have extrusions within this that are also critical to motion. That's where the set of vernier calipers will come in handy. So on a Trident, for example, your gantry rides on an extrusion that mounts roughly about here. So when it comes to building your Trident frame, you're going to want to make sure the outside of it is squared after you build everything up. And then when it comes to ensuring that your gantry extrusion that's within the frame is installed properly, you're going to compare the gap on the front and the back. And that's where having an accurate set of vernier calipers come into play. Now, going back to a V0, for example, there are locations where extrusions are inset from the exterior of the printers. So you're not building a complete square. There's extrusions missing in spots, and there's extrusions inset. So when it comes to insetting them, to ensure that you're insetting them the correct amount, again, you can use your vernier caliper, set it to whatever distance that they need to be inset by. And when you're assembling your frame, you can use that set distance there as sort of a standoff.
So
ensure that you are setting all
this seems fine.
Location. So I hope you enjoyed this short little tutorial video on how to assemble your printer frame and ensure that it's squared to the best of your ability.
Okay, let's see. Let's move further here. Handle with care. The carriage can slide off the rail if not handled properly. Dropping the carriage will likely damage it. Any marks, dents, or nicks might cause the linear rail to misbehave in operation. Linear rails preparation and mounting. Most linear rails arrive with shipping oil. To ensure a smooth gliding motion and long service life, this oil needs to be removed and its rail carriage greased. See the Voron sourcing guide for a recommended list of lubricants. We attached a link to a video guide to get you started. We opted to skip every other mounting hole in the linear rail when designing the mounting pattern for this printer. This cuts down on mounting hardware and still meets the requirements for the use case. When tightening the bolts, tighten them or the center outwards to ensure that the rails sits flush on the extrusion. Center outward, okay. Let's open up another link here.
Hello, in today's video we're going to be covering lubricating the motion system on your 3D.
Lubricating.
Should you use grease? Should you use oil? And how should you apply it? We're going to go over some common questions and go over some of the methods that I've been using that I found worked quite well, and I'm going to be passing this information on to you. So let's get started.
Graf, guten Abend. I'm just looking a video. I just didn't set it up that you can also see the video. Yep. What's that? That's 3D printer frame. Rail carriage grease. Does mean actually? This word. Yeah, I did buy a new one. That's the Voron version 2.4, which is an open source 3D printer, which I bought the kit for. And yeah, now I'm trying to build it. So let me see if I find some grease. Be right back. So these are the rails. And now I need to look at the video what to do actually.
So first thing I'm going to go over, there are manufacturer recommendations for certain systems. So for example, on MGN carriages from Highwind, they recommend Mobilux EP1 grease. Now, do you have to use Mobile One EP1 grease? I'll touch on that later. And also the method of applying these lubricants will vary. Now, I got a feeling I'm going to get a ton of comments on this video that I'm doing it wrong, or this is the correct way of doing it, or so-and-so paper about this product says you should be doing it this way. We're just going to take a step back and acknowledge rails. Now, these ones can be the trickiest ones to lubricate for motion systems. The reason for that is access to the ball bearings. Now, again, you can't just take grease, put it on the rail, and hope to move the carriage over and lubricate it properly. This red plastic rubber piece you see here is a wiper. This is going to prevent any grease or oil or grit from getting at the ball bearings. It's to help keep it contained and keep it clean. So we're going to have to get the grease onto the ball bearings another way. Now, on some carriages, they do have a grease port. This is more common on the higher end carriages. However, on lower end ones, you may think you have a grease port. So let's take a look at this one here. And this has the wiper removed, and you can see that hole there. And so you may think that's a grease port, but if we were to take it apart, that hole doesn't really go anywhere. So on some carriages, you may actually have a grease port, and on some you do not. So an easy way to tell if you actually have a grease port or not, on some of the higher end ones, they actually have a grease nipple there. Others just have a hole. And what you're going to want to use is a large gauge needle with a blunt tip. Now, unfortunately, I can't find one. I bought one a while ago and I can't find it. So I'm using a kid's medicine dropper as kind of a substitute right now. And it's filled with some grease. And while this won't be a perfect application, if you try to force grease in, if it goes in, the hole may lead somewhere. If it doesn't go in anywhere, odds are it's a blind hole. It's not going anywhere. You could disassemble it to check, or you can just not risk losing all these ball bearings and having to reball your carriage. Say we didn't luck out, this hole leads nowhere, we can't grease it through a grease port. How are we going to lubricate the ball bearings? Easiest way is to flip it over, and then you can see you have a gap here. Now it's not a large gap, and this is why you want that needle, that large gauge blunt needle, to force the grease into there. But essentially, you're going to force the grease in.
Let me just check also.
Try and use like your finger to really ensure that the grease gets forced into the bearings themselves.
Can show it to you.
Move it around. Maybe apply again. Move it around again, and keep doing this until you get as much grease as you're satisfied with getting into the motion system. And then, of course, wipe off the excess. Now, another option, and this is something that I've been doing more and more lately with linear rails and carriages here, is use spray grease. So right here, this is some spray-on white lithium grease. The PTF grease is apparently better. It lasts a little bit longer, but this is what I have right now. And this makes it a lot simpler because for these tight holes here, especially in carriages, this MGM7 carriage and rail here, there really is not a lot of room there to get grease in. So when you're dealing with a tighter spot you're trying to get grease into, using spray grease and just kind of spraying it and letting it soak in.
Here you go.
This can make things a lot easier, a lot less.
It's not perfect.
A lot more hassle-free than fiddling around with some of the thicker greases. Now, I do have a couple machines that I've greased up like with this stuff.
Let me see if I can actually
quite well.
add only the window.
Not noticing any issues with lubrication on the rails, so it is holding up pretty well. Now, as always, anytime you're handling any grease or lubricant, you are going to be wanting to wear gloves. You don't really want this stuff all over your hands, or especially on your clothes. That's usually not a good idea. And then also, a question I do get asked often is, mine came oiled from the factory. I don't even need to grease them. No, that is wrong. Now, when these are brand new, you will see a lot of the time they do come with oil on them, but usually that is just a rust preventative oil. Now, linear rails here, unless they are stainless steel, they're just steel. So after you grease and lubricate them, you are going to want to actually keep the rails themselves a little wet. Either, wipe off the excess grease, but actually clean it off with like ISO and just leave a thin coat on it, or spray some form of rust preventative like WD-40 on the rails to prevent them from rusting. But the actual oil that comes on them when you purchase the rails is a rust preventative oil. It is not a lubrication oil. So you're going to want to clean your carriages first before applying oil. Easiest way to clean them, if you have, for example, a ultrasonic bath, take your carriages, put them on a holder such as this. You can print holders like this, zip time together so they don't fall apart. Put them in a plastic baggie with some isopropyl alcohol. Put the baggie in your ultrasonic cleaner. Fill the rest with water. Putting them in the baggie makes it so you don't have to use as much isopropyl to clean them. And then let it run for a couple minutes, and that should clean your carriages quite well. And then just wipe down the rails before greasing them up. Now, not everyone has an ultrasonic cleaner, of course, so how do you clean your bearings and your carriages without an ultrasonic cleaner? Well, you flush them clean as best you can. So using something like isopropyl alcohol or a degreaser or light cleaner of some sort, something that
alcohol,
the plastics or
alcohol it is.
metals, for example. And what you do is you just flush out.
Come on.
The rust prevention oil, and this can also flush out any grit that still may be in the carriage and the ball bearing runways from manufacturer.
So I have to look it up. Something like that. Else I would need to somehow first get one. Be right back. sorry, it took longer. Yeah, I have VD40, but not sure if this is appropriate here. Maybe we can look some comments here. Okay, so I think you cannot see it, but I can read it out. Excellent video. One thing, don't spray your rails with standard VD40. Not only is VD40 a pretty ineffective rust preventer, it will also wash away the grease inside your bearings. I would lube the rail with a thin layer of whatever you lube your bearings with, so you don't dilute the bearing lube with whatever is on the rails. A bit of outdated, but VD30 is an actual rust preventive. Its whole purpose. So it's use a lubrication in null, but they do have multiple versions of specific applications. True, but it ain't the usual VD40 penetrant. Okay, so let's read it. So actually there is nothing about corrosion prevention. Okay, so there is something here which states that it was invented in the USA and is a yeah, it's kind of corrosion prevention. It was designed for that, so yes, it is true what the others write here. The VD40 was never designed as a lubricant. It was designed to serve as an anti-corrosion treatment for misseals, and as such it was optimized for capillary action. It tends to penetrate and spread out over whatever surface it's applied to due to its low viscosity and low surface tension. So it's not a lubricant. Then I have to buy one first, because I didn't find any there in the box, but I will search maybe first here into the Voron v2.4 kit. But this is where I bought it actually. So here is a list what's in the package. And can be trigger emotion. Using some stuff, electronics, vibration management, frame, element, activate carbon pack. That's then paper is there. brushes. You don't see, yeah. Thing. Lubrication, right? So this is the actual the Voron guide. Just pretty good. The other thing maybe here need to open up is here. Because here is also build nodes. Use oh wait, I need my cat. Remove my cat. So page 25. Let's see, where are we in page 24? So next one. Here we need to think. So yeah, I cannot move actually further. MGN9 guide. I think we have to print this one. Yeah, I need to prepare it for the next stream then. Also prepare the linear rails, remove the oil, and the rails carriage greased. Put a grease in there. So the Voron sourcing guide for recommended list of lubricants. Attach a link to the video guide. Sourcing guide. So let's see for the lubricant. V2.4. Maybe GitHub page. Create a new GitHub. Very yeah, that's one. was some lead me in there. I don't remember the page with all the files, all the stuff that you need to build it. So bill of material. Where was it on this? Here? No. That's the wrong one. The wrong one. Or wait, maybe there. Description. So maybe go. Yeah, welcome back, Stefan. Yeah, I just found out that need some lubricant, and it was not in the kit, and I have to buy it first because I don't have any. Now I'm searching for the bill of material list on the Voron side so that I can find which they actually suggest you that you use. Sourcing guide. So maybe we search for that directly. Voron for sourcing guide. Can we search here for lubricant? Electronics, cable, motion. Maybe it's on the motion side. MISC. 4. Motion. Search for this lubricant. And grease. Also no. Plate, cables, panel, MISC. Is there something else here? Printer. That's next. Merge. I cannot find that one, but one optional part. I miss. Okay. Not sure about it. When we go back here, we have this video, right? Maybe here's something here. But maybe it's in the introduction. Affiliate links. Up. Dip.
Now, it used to be that these linear rails should... Now, I got a feeling I'm going to get a ton of comments on this video that I'm doing it wrong, or this is the correct way of doing it, or so-and-so paper about this product says you should be doing it this way. We're just going to take a step back and acknowledge the fact. This is a 3D printer. The actual loads on most of the motion systems that 3D printers use are well below their maximum rated load capability, especially when it comes to something such as linear rails. So while some of the methods I may cover may not be the most optimal, or I might not be using the most perfect lubricant for the application, it's a 3D printer. For the most part, as long as it's greased or oiled, it should be okay. So first off, grease or oil, what should you be using? You'll see some people recommend grease, some recommend oil. Personally, I recommend using grease. Grease I find lasts longer than oil. Oil has a tendency to wear out relatively quickly, and with grease I find once you pack the bearings properly, it lasts quite a while and also acts as a little bit better for noise reduction in some of the louder motion systems. Now, what kind of grease should you be using? Well, if you look at the manufacturer, like for example Highwind, they'll recommend a specific grease. However, what I've found from testing and speaking to others, as long as you're using a grease that is NLG0 or NLG1 rated, and that is how thick the grease is itself, you should be okay. Now, I normally use white lithium-based grease. A lot of people prefer PTFE-based grease. As long as you're not using any grease that has any sort of additive that may be abrasive to ball bearings, for example, you should be okay with a NLG1 or NLG0 rated grease for most applications. These are 3D printers. They're not in high force environments. They're not in high temperature environments. So I use everything from spray-on white lithium grease to some Superlube PTFE based grease, and for the longest time I've been using also this tube here of Mobile SHC PM460 synthetic grease. It's an official lubricant of NASCAR, NLG 1.5, so it's a little bit thicker, but I like it on my lead screws. So you'll find most off-the-shelf.
So any one of you is an expert on grease.
The trick is, how do you actually get the grease properly applied to your rods, bearings, and lead screws? Let's take a look at this on the desk. Okay, so let's start on the bench here. And
Is there something
with lead screws? Now with lead screws, these are the easiest
about what he said
you don't even have to lubricate them.
about this table here?
Grease that is NLG0 or NLG1.
NLGI number. I don't see anything of that on VD40. And he showed it also as grease. Yeah. I think I will just yeah, Stefan, see you. Thanks for joining. So So yeah, I think for today that's it. Let me just remove the screen. Yeah, I will prepare it for the next stream. So I have the stuff prepared here that we can move on. And I will read the manual a little bit further so I can prepare more stuff so that we don't have to stop in the middle. But I think we made progress. So, and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching and